You have two cards. Do I have to show this again? Do I really have to show this again? Okay, let's look at Yagorath and look at why you don't need two
You're gonna
cards
live it up like
above
there's no
first.
tomorrow, which is gonna make sure there's no tomorrow.
And here's my example loadout of that. Oh no, did I change it? No, it's the one below. It's this one. Or this one. These two cards. You don't need any of the other loadout cards. And here's why you don't need it by three. Watch how the acid.
First blood. Double kill. Triple kill.
What?
Killing spree.
Hey, that's how you. What I'm talking about. Let's watch it. Oh, oh, I can't read it.
This will tenderize them.
Double kill.
See how if you hit two people, you never lose faster?
Behold the power of singular purpose.
Double kill.
You never lose acid.
That's
So there's
7
no
in a
point
row.
acid.
Triple kill.
Also, you get that for it.
Plus kill. That's 9 in a row. Double kill.
As long as you
That's 11
at
in a
three,
row.
you don't need it higher.
Credits are
because
worth
you wanna-
nothing if left unspent.
Getting one person enough to keep it high enough.
Double kill. That's
It's
13
enough to keep
in
it high
a row.
enough to never have to lose acid. You can go this to for the reduction of time if you need to, but you going a all ammo setup, maxing the ammos and stuff, it's not a good loadout. Going for a hardening setup, it's not a good loadout because Yagorath can and will doesn't do more than. If you want to know how I know, look at my level on Yagorath.
I am
Literally
Yagorath.
low 230. I've been playing her. I played her for over 6 months when she came out to get level 200. I was getting roughly a level a day playing Yagorath. It started out fast because you would get more levels at the start, but after that, I started getting 200 a level a day. And I learned quick. These cars are terrible. Most of these cars, these three cars are terrible. Because this car, and this car doesn't say that, but this car is far better. This car is far better than these two cars. So there's no point to having these cars. And then they had this car, more important than this car. This car will be better, higher than this car. And this car you shouldn't even have higher than 3. Because you don't need it higher than 3. This car you don't need higher than you don't need it at all. And yeah, these two of these cars are bad. Like yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 8, 9. This car is useful. And 10 car. 10 out of 16 cars are useless. 10 of them. If they made a few changes to Yagorath, these some of these cars could be still useful. If they for this one, if this one reduced the cooldown of hardening instead of this reduced the cooldown of hardening. For hitting people with hardening, this would be useful. This one spray the acid more. This one spray the explosion radius modes. Hardening acid radius and hardening explosion radius. I can see these cards be more useful in the hardening setup. Because you can reduce the cooldown of ally, reduce your hardening time by a lot by just using and hitting multiple people. and reduce the have a wider spread and a wider explosion rate, so you make sure you hit them with hard. Yeah, they could be useful. I had one of these, a deadly pursuit. I can look it up. Uh, I can look it up. Jump to here. Let's see. Oh, I messed that up. Okay, so first I had changed form swap to acceleration. Um, let's see, Dreadful Compact. I think I put them in order. Dreadful Combat. I had increased the radius of Piercing Quill and by increase the range of Piercing Quill by 5 or 25% at max. Increase the radius of Piercing Quills uh, by 20%, so 100%, so it would be double the size of the end for Dreadful count. Violent Burst increase the hardening explosion. Increase the radius hardening explosion by 25%, 20%. So that would basically at the end double the size of it, meaning you be able to hit more people. Spread the dominance, increase the acid pool, hardening pool of acid by 20%. So at max it would be double. Daily Pursuit, reduce the cooldown of acceleration. Basically, at max, it'd be 1 second. So you hit multiple people, uh, your acceleration cooldown will also reduce by acceleration cooldown reduced by 1 second per person hit. The Great Worm, instead of having for shields when it changes forms for 2 seconds, it will heal you per enemy hit for was that 400? It's 80 per level, so it does the same thing except it'll be healing you for 80 per level. Um, Triumphant Return. Return. I thought I did this one. Or did I? Oh. Hmm. No. Yeah, no, I did do that. Yeah. Triumphant Return increased the knockback of acceleration by 10. So at max it'd be 50% increase. So yeah, it is in here. Why don't I see it? Yeah, Triumphant Return increase the knockback. Um, Out of time. Reduce the cooldown hardening for enemy hit by hardening. Spread down. Daily Pursuit. Uh, yeah, I already used that Daily Pursuit. And yeah. Oh yeah, Daily Pursuer. I had move. I think yeah, I moved Daily Pursuer down to no Daily Predator. That's the other one that I used with. Daily Predator increased the radius of travel foam and acid spray pools by 10%, so it'd be 50% bigger. Most likely that. And the ones I didn't change, which I still don't use, the reason I didn't use because I say if you had a with the other card change, these will be useful, and with the other change, this won't be useful if these three cards were specific cater to hardening instead of other stuff. Like this one is just terrible because you're losing effectively the hardening to get effectively the same amount of time. This card is good if you don't go with this card because they give you the effectively the same amount of time, except zero point 0.5 longer. That's not worth it. Um, so if you just go with this card alone, you lose a half of your reduction to have it last 2.5 seconds longer, but you're vulnerable. Uh, so with these three cards changes, this card would be more useful. Uh, this creature smoldering will be basically more useful in coil setup. With this card, if you change Deadly Predator, I had increased the radiance of the acid. Like, yeah. And with the ultimate, with the talent change that heal you on the objective, instead giving her her ultimate buffs, basically giving her everything they took away from her in her ultimate, giving that back, this card will be useful. Where I guess now that they did it, I thought they reducing it, but if they make it so she can use the ultimate, she would no longer have any minimum range. She, if she missed, she get 50% on ultimate back, and she heals for half of the remaining health of the enemy should devour. This card will be useful in an ultimate setup. But right now, it's not because she has better cards. So they could really buff Yagorath cards because you need them. Same with Torvald.
Torvald!
A lot of Torvald cards are lackluster because they're a one-time hit. Like this card is a one-time hit, and it's still like this whole card is 50. This card is 100, and it's a one-time hit, and not for like every 0.5 second while using Nullify, which would be good. That would be good. If it was every 0.5 second while using Nullify, you get 50. Yeah, I can see this being useful, but just getting 50 per level, and that's the total amount, it's not good. So you can spam my protect, yeah. Same thing with this card. 75 per level, when this give you 100, this is not good. If it was 150 per charge time of, which is the charge time of 1 or 2 seconds, I always forget this. Keep that 1 second. It doesn't state it here, but yeah, if they have the card where if it's point, if it was 75 but it was 2 seconds, that will be fine. If it was 75, 150 over 1 second, every 0.5 seconds, that will be fine. But it's not. It's just a one-time hit, and it's like this card gives you more benefit because it protects from headshot down. Same thing with this card. An elimination for 100 shields. It would be good if you can constantly get elimination. The only way to do that is go up against low health people and just run them over. Which again, if you have free charge and everything, you can get this same benefit by just using Notify. And with the Notify card, which reduces it down by 5 seconds, it's better because you have every 5 seconds? 6 seconds, you have nullify. So you can protect yourself by giving yourself a shield. And because the way his shields work,